Steph, was this the night you could kind of sense it was going to take a lot of scoring from you? It was going to take a lot of just you taking over the game?
Not until the second half. We came out the gates really strong, built a 10-point lead with 2 minutes left, and then kind of lost it. And we're kind of reeling the whole second quarter. Made a good push in the beginning of the third, and then they kind of settled the momentum. And that fourth quarter was kind of just win at all costs mode. Just trying to make plays. Thankfully shots went down, but we needed some results. We still got some issues. We still got to play better, but we needed a win to feel good about something coming off of that 0-5 road trip.
Steve used the word like unsustainable, for you needing, basically 47 tonight. Does it feel like an added burden early in the season? Considering it seems like you're always coming back into deficits, all that.
Not the way I'm playing as a burden, because you expect to play like that every night, but it's the message of just how fine or thin the margin is of winning in this league. There's no secret about just how, we have some roller coaster rides in the middle of games, and you have, like I said, you come out in the first quarter and you have a pretty good lead. You have not just a score, but we have control of the game, and then guys get going. Malik Monk hits 3 threes. D. Fox gets going, and you look up and you're down, and it's part of our story right now, but it's something that we need to correct if we really want to be a serious team that's going to try to be who we say we are. So whatever it takes to make those changes as a group, we got to do that.
Stephen, you and Draymond shared a long embrace after the game there. How would you describe the emotions you were feeling during that time?
I think I told the post-game crew, and I've never been more happy about a win in Game 11 of the regular season, just based off of we needed it. Road trip was rough, coming off the court every night, knowing we could play better, knowing what we needed to do, and not having anything to show for the effort. And you come home and you feel like the angst and the anxiety of we just need to win. And thankfully we got it done, but we still got to take some steps in terms of playing better for 48 minutes.
Steph, how do you view what's going on with the bench? Jordan had a very quiet night. Wiseman pulled out of the rotation. Michael Green also pulled out, so maybe Kuminga in and out. Do you feel unsettled with that group, and where do you think this is going to end up?
I don't know where it's going to end up, because I think part of, again, the story of this team so far is trying to figure out what combination works, giving guys opportunities to go out and play. And I think Draymond talked about it before after one of our road games. They know they need to play better, but we also, as a starting group and the vets, were kind of dropping the ball on some detailed stuff that was kind of trickling into, just the flow of games. And so, obviously, there needs to be some more consistency, and we need to be able to maintain the momentum that we create, especially early in games. I don't know what that's going to look like, and coach is trying to figure that out. But the confidence that we will figure it out is still there. I think that's the biggest thing you have to maintain in the present, because nobody's going to figure it out for us. We have to do it. Guys are going to get opportunities. We have to build, again, individual confidence that when you're out there, you can make plays, you can impact the game, and it's the coaching staff's job. It's us as the vets' job to make sure they know how to do it, and we'll get there.
Steph, how do you feel about plus minus as a stat, and do you or this team place any emphasis on that?
There's obviously context to it, depending on the night. you want to look at the stat sheet and see a positive by your name. Sometimes you can get carried by the other 4 guys out there. Sometimes, you have something to do with it. But I think as a bigger sample size, it might be something that matters. But you have to look at the eye test and just the flow of the game to know, who really had an impact out there, and if that impact was contributing to winning.
Jordan's in kind of a funk right now. What are you seeing with him?
You just got to find that balance of, we know who he is. We know what he's capable of. He's shown some really, big flashes of it at times early throughout the season. But for the most part, it's just continuing to stay confident that, one, he's on the scout report for most teams now. He's not going to sneak up on anybody. But you got to kind of let the game come to you. We've had a lot of conversations around that, like how I see the game and how he sees the game. And again, just instilling confidence that he's that guy out there and he's going to help us win games. He helped us win a championship last year. So you have to maintain your confidence through, the rough patches and not let it attack the way that you carry yourself out there. So that's his biggest challenge, and I think he'll be up for it.
You got a technical tonight. Was that strictly about the call in the moment, or was that just kind of, what this season has been to this point?
More the call, but definitely, understanding the sense of urgency of just trying to win a basketball game and find some competitive fire. I see a lot of jokes about me kicking a chair a couple years ago, and us going on a run after that. So maybe that'll be this year's version.
You talked about helping some of these younger guys, maintain their confidence or instill confidence in them. But with some of them coming in and out of the rotation, coming ahead of you, DNPs, James Wiseman tonight, what do you just kind of say to them so they don't get too upset about not getting an opportunity to play?
I mean, words matter in terms of trying to point out, stick with it, stay locked in mentally so you can learn by watching. And when your number's called, you're hopefully more ready for your opportunity. I mean, I think the biggest thing, though, is just being able to show them the intensity that it takes to win a regular season game, let alone a playoff game or a finals game, and letting them feel that on a nightly basis. But the trial by fire, everybody goes through it. So, it's up to them individually how they want to approach, those swings that happen in your, especially early in your career. You can let it kind of dig at your confidence and let it kind of hold you back, or you can put the work in, stay mentally locked in, ask all the right questions, feel what it feels like, out there when you're watching, and just be ready, and hopefully they can handle it.
How different does it feel this season? Like last year, you had GP2, Porter, Damian, JTA, all these kind of middle career guys who you could count on for certain very specific things. You've had Livingston. You can name David West, all the others you've had through the years when you've really had great years. Does this feel very different though? You just don't have maybe something like that, and you're waiting for it to happen?
No, it's definitely different. And when we talked about we have depth because we have a lot of talent. We just have to, understand that they're all going to get opportunities to perform. And, there are going to be some struggles, some real high highs and real low lows. But, again, that's the story of this team. I think as vets, you kind of understand every year is a little different, and you got to be ready for that challenge. For these young guys to try to find themselves in this league, but also, fit a specific role or a specific need within a rotation and all that. I know it's challenging and tough, but again, the confidence of we're going to figure it out and they're going to figure it out has to remain until it happens. And so, for the guys that have been around, just keep doing what we're doing and trying to lead by example on that front, and hopefully win games while we're learning.